brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Mornings at the Cabin on your Hump Day Wednesday, weekends at Bernie's something. I don't know. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter with you on your Wednesday morning. That's right, it's Hump Day, halfway through the week, into a long weekend. But of course, it's not one of those celebratory long weekends. It's a rather somber event coming into Remembrance Day, but you do get that Monday off, but you should choose to reflect on the sacrifices others have made.
Yeah, you're never sure if you should be, celebrating that day off or if you should be, just keeping your mouth shut on that day off.
Just sit on the couch and be silent.
You're never quite sure how to handle that.
No, I mean, go see the parade and go
that
to the
would
thing.
be the thing to do, yes.
There you go.
Take part in the actual Remembrance Day celebration.
Yeah. And if you've had family involved in wars or in the military, then, give them a call if they're still around. I remember you. Something like that. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you for your service. Right?
Yeah, that's better. I like that.
Well, I mean, it's just an odd long weekend. We get this long weekend, and it's just usually sometimes it's in the middle of the week, and you get this middle of the week day off. But it's not one of these. It's not Good Friday. We're like Good Friday.
Oh, tough monkeys to you, Jesus.
That's so long ago. Oh. Get over it.
This feels like the radio equivalent of walking on 3-inch thick ice.
Oh,
doesn't it?
Hey, well, we talked about that yesterday. Stop doing that.
We might get away with this, but this all might end badly.
No, I think we'll be all right. People know we're joking. YKIF kicked off last night. Ollie was there in a red sequin jacket. No, it's red versus green.
Dude, like that jacket.
Oh, yeah, beautiful jacket. Well, you'll tell us a little bit more about that.
You stole the other one.
What?
You stole the other one.
I didn't steal the other one. It's just at my house because I wore it most.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter with you on your Wednesday morning. The Google ad for this day is put these lights in your kitchen. Great. Thanks, Google.
That's what you got?
That's what I got. The simple $60 lighting trick will make your kitchen look stunning.
Wow.
What did you get, Lecter? This is like a Kinder egg
Yeah.
that you get to unwrap on the Cabin Radio homepage each morning
get?
now that we've got these Google ads in here.
Yes,
I got how to remove musty smell.
Oh, good.
There is a really simple way to get rid of that awful musty smell of the house.
I bet it's lemon and vinegar.
Wait, that awful musty smell of in the house.
Of in the house.
Whoever copy edited that Google ad didn't do the greatest job.
Well, I think it's a bot, really. I mean,
It's just an in the house musty smell, like
Yeah.
a pretty
Russians?
standard
In on the
musty
house.
smell.
in on the house.
Yeah.
Musty smell.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a Russian ad. It's a Russian bot.
That's right.
This is how they tend to take control. Is they know
Right.
know that the people of Northern Canada are all about the musty
Get
smells.
rid of musty smell in on house.
For more information on getting rid of musty smells, go to naturefreshpurifier.com.
See, these are the free reads I was talking about. These are the reads we should be doing.
This is great.
Do we get do we
Anything
get extra
for this?
money for that?
I think
Could I
so.
invoice Google now?
Well, no,
Oh,
Google,
yeah.
no, the Google bot is listening. So is our Facebook app.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's listening. Right?
It'll know we did a live read. It'll just send you,
Hey Google.
send you payment.
Hey Google.
Mm-hmm.
Pay me $25 for an on-air ad read.
You'll probably get $25 at some point.
Get bent. What'd you say?
She gave me a Google ad for Subway.
Here's where to spend your $25. Oh, good stuff.
Perfect.
If you weren't with us yesterday, this is what we're doing. We're experimenting with Google Ad Network, and they will appear below the top story.
Some of them are useful.
Some of them are useful. We got an ad for Bryson, North Carolina yesterday. Come see Bryson.
I still don't know what that device that everyone must have, according to the police, is.
Yeah.
Dying
We shouldn't
to
have gotten
know.
rid of that.
I'll be honest with you, these may not be that much longer for the website. Because they're not really earning that much money.
No, I'm sure they're not.
We gave them a little try, but they're currently bringing in about $10 a day, and I'm not sure that I can be bothered.
Yeah.
I'll give you $10
It's not
a day.
great. Yeah.
Ready?
No.
You can do better, Google.
I feel like we influx about $10 a day in coffee, right?
Oh, it's offsetting our coffee costs.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. There you go. I'll just bring in some decent coffee.
Suddenly, there's a turnaround in the mood.
Give me a breakfast sandwich with that $10. Last night's YKIF kicked off November 5th to the 10th, and the big premiere yesterday in Dettah was Red Snow, Marie Clement's movie about a Gwich'in soldier taken by the Taliban in Afghanistan, shot in and around Yellowknife. Ollie, you didn't get a chance to see the movie because you were too busy, doing your job. But you were there last night in your wonderful, wonderful red sequin jacket. Looks gorgeous. How was the atmosphere of the premiere? And just obviously people are very excited. This is a huge Huge deal. What's going on?
It was a ton of fun. There's really not a lot more devastating than the fact that I didn't get to actually stay and see the thing. Because, I had to come back and edit the video that you can now go find on our Facebook page or on our website from the red carpet. They did a really nice job on the red carpet as well. So they had the premiere of the movie in Dettah, which is where they filmed some of it. Yeah. Dettah doubled for a clavic, basically. Yes. They made it look like a clavic, and they used it to as that backdrop. And so they took the Chief Draghi Center, they rolled out a red carpet, they put a great big projector screen down, and it was a bunch of fun. Massive lights beaming onto the red carpet, like the real deal. And basically, I'm kind of glad that I splashed out the $40 on Amazon for that jacket, because it kind of needed something a little snazzy.
Is that all it was? How much was the green jacket? $40?
No, $200.
Why?
Wow.
Why was that one $200?
Because I'm trying to get you to pay me $200 for it.
Nice.
When it was actually $40 and we didn't buy it in the first place.
Okay, good.
NWT Lotteries did. So it's actually, you stole it from them.
All right, sweet. Well, there you go.
You're just feeling better and better about stealing this jacket.
That's right.
So if you're listening, NWT and Nunavut Lotteries, you can send the invoice to Jay Wheeler, PO Box 2545.
I'll buy some lottery tickets. We'll call it.
Buy some lottery tickets.
Call it a draw.
I'll win $6 million. We'll call it a day. It was a really good night. It was a ton of fun speaking to everybody. Lillian Elias was great fun in particular. She's the Inuvialuit cultural advisor who did a lot of the translation. Because this movie, it's in 4 languages.
Yes.
So it's in Gwich'in, Inuvialuktun, English, and Pashto, which is an Afghan dialect. And so I think more than half of the movie is in a language other than English with captions. And so the actors had to learn all these different languages. Yeah. Which is a huge amount of effort.
Bit of a task.
As a director and a production team as well, to stay across 4 different languages and make sure that everybody's on it. So they had these cultural advisors, and Lillian Elias was one of them. And she was great fun, and she said, I would do anything for my language. I had great fun doing this. And she hadn't seen any preview screenings, any cuts at all of the movie. So she was going into the premiere last night in Dettah, having not seen a single shot from what she worked on. And she was super nervous to see it. So I'm really excited to hear what everybody thought. It is showing on Sunday at the Capitol Theatre in Yellowknife. I think it's a late showing on Sunday to cap off the whole of this week's film festival. So I urge people, get on there. Go and see that. I think it's well worth seeing. The trailer that I've seen looks fantastic. And, a huge amount of effort went into it. And also, go watch our video on it for the bear story that Pablo and Jay from Atlas Collective.
Question is, are you going to go see? You were already so close.
I've got tickets.
Okay.
So I'm hoping.
And you've urged others.
Yes, then.
Yeah. So now you have to.
That's right.
If you're not there, people are going to be urged. You're going to be irked.
Anything that ends in
Yeah, anything that begins with you can find the full schedule at ykfilmfest.com. Red Snow opening the festival, and like Ollie said, closing the festival Sunday night at 9:20. Also, some short program stuff in there. So you've got a couple hours of a bunch of different short films, and also one of the premieres. Is it the actual premiere, the total premiere? I can't remember, of Pixelated Heroes, which is Mikey McBrien's documentary about NHL 94,
right?
Which he's been working on for years.
Yeah.
That's why I can't remember if it's the premiere or not, because he's been on it for so long. I don't know.
We've been talking about it for 2 years.
We have got interviews coming up on Lunchtime News through the rest of this week with different movie directors and different producers from different shows that are playing this week. So listen in from 12 till 1 each day, and you get a taste of a different thing coming up in the film festival each day as well.
Very cool. There you go. We'll be following the YK Film Festival all throughout the week. And it caps off on Sunday. Like I said, ykfilmfest.com for scheduling information and info about the movies.
Cabin Radio's morning show podcast. All the best chat, none of the embarrassing mistakes.
It seems fantastical, but we are right around the corner from Christmas. Now, we're not going to start celebrating Christmas just yet, but the parade registration is now open with the city of Yellowknife. It's a call for floats. That's right. If you got a float idea, or, just want to walk around in not a Santa Claus costume. That would be illegal because there's a Santa already. And there's a bylaw in Yellowknife that says if you dress as Santa during the Santa Claus parade and you're on that final float, you could be shot. So,
fair.
Maybe just keep that to yourself. But the city of Yellowknife is pulling out that call for floats. You can register at yellowknife.ca/Santa Claus Parade or at events at Yellowknife at a Yellowknife at yellowknife.ca. Oh, this is going well. Santa Claus Parade, always a wonderful time, and we do our live stream of it every year as well. We like to run around and get all the fancy shots from in between the floats, give you a real first-person perspective if you're not down there.
In the middle.
That's right.
The mayhem.
Yeah, it's mayhem down there. Last year there was upwards of a dozen floats, and they were all great. And it was a lot of fun. And I mean, yeah, we just love getting down there, interviewing people, handing out candy if we can, catching some candy if we can as well. I remember last year though, I sat down at an end of the line of kids, and this jerk was handing out candy canes to a bunch of kids. He just skipped me. I was sitting there. I was like, I want a candy cane, and he just skipped me. He was a real jerk.
No kidding.
I don't know who that was.
You got this big kid right in front of you.
Yeah, screaming.
I bet you, like, your eyes were even, there was a glint in your eyes. They were glowing. They were sparkling. You were just like, this is my moment.
My eyes were full of Christmas. And he dashed it. It was that day that I knew.
He danced it. He pranced it.
That's right.
He vixed it.
He Rudolphed it. He gave me the red nose. It was that moment I knew that the spirit of Christmas does not live in everybody. It lives in Santa, and it lives in my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, this is always the time every year when we're never really sure. We're getting kind of a limbo because we don't want to go all crazy on Christmas.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Of course, it is before Remembrance
We're
Day.
not going to celebrate. We're not going to put up any decorations before that. If you do, fine. That's your prerogative. That's absolutely fine.
Hell, we still haven't taken out our Halloween decorations.
Well, because it's creepy in here. I love it. I did see on November 1st, someone had their Christmas tree up in their window.
Yeah.
I was like, that is commitment.
I mean, like in your own house, I guess that's fine. I think people mostly get upset when they see stores start to like really roll out the Christmas stuff and put it on full display, even though that's already happening.
I mean, you kind of have to, I think, right? I mean,
no, you don't.
I mean, you don't have to. I mean, you could just do a moratorium on it, but I mean, the point is to make money off of Christmas decorations. Get them out there as early as possible. Get them out there like October 31st at midnight, or midnight November 1st. Some stores even have them up with the Halloween decoration.
Oh yeah, just kind of stuck in the back, just waiting to burst out.
That's a bit much.
Yeah.
I think we all have enough time to get what we need.
Yeah.
In the interim after November 11th.
I think we do.
In
Yeah.
December. Yeah. We don't need
more than a month.
We don't need to make Christmas 8 weeks.
No,
we're not the States. No. The holidays start in the States at the third week of November through New Year's.
Yeah,
that's the holidays, right? Now, mind you, in the States, no one gets paid for those holidays, but hey, let's take them anyway. And really put that injection back in the economy.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? City of Yellowknife taking registries for Santa Claus Day Parade. Some suggestions saying that City of Yellowknife should do the parade at 11 a.m. On a Saturday.
Okay.
Right?
It seems a little early.
It seems odd. It says to help out downtown businesses. I don't think that would help out downtown businesses at all. I don't think anyone's going to stick around to shop after the parade. I think that's weird logic.
I mean, I get the idea. I don't know if it's going to have the effect you're looking for. I don't know if anyone's coming down for the Santa Claus parade. They're just like, well, that was fun. While we're here, as well stop in at the mall for a bit.
Yeah, right. I mean, no one's. I don't think anyone's doing that.
Yeah, Yellowknife's not that kind of city.
The comment on their page says we don't have to follow a southern city. The lighted floats are nice, but all the businesses are closed. And again, I don't think anyone's staying downtown to do some shopping.
No.
You know what I mean? They might grab a coffee over at Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
Great for Tim Hortons. Maybe grab a teen burger over at A&W.
Yeah.
But I mean, no one's like down there at 11 a.m. is like, I should get some banking done.
No, it's not like you're really conveniencing yourself by making it, that trip a 2-for-1 because like you could just decide to go shopping the next day and it's a 5-minute drive back downtown.
Exactly. Yeah. Remember that downtown is not that far away.
Yeah.
And not being there during business hours is not what's hurting us.
Yeah, I'm not sure the efficiency argument is what's doing it.
That's what it is. Like, if we do a 2-for here, maybe we'll help out businesses. I understand what they're saying, but I don't agree with the logic.
Yeah,
that's all.
But what I was saying earlier is like we're kind of in that limbo period.
Yes.
But I think this is something that obviously, if you're planning to as a group,
it's only a couple weeks away.
Yeah, as a group or an organization or a business, if you're planning on putting together a float, you want to do something cool, so you want to get ahead of it.
That's right.
As much as possible. So it's good to start thinking about it right now because
well,
we all know that the Santa Claus parade is like 3 weeks away, less than 3 weeks away.
It's on the 23rd.
So you don't have a ton of time.
2.5 weeks.
You probably want to get on that sooner.
Oh yeah, I mean they put out the announcement a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And, so people could get their more involved floats in there. Here's the thing. Yeah, a little bone to pick. There's always a theme. There's a theme, right? And I'm not sure what the theme is this year. It doesn't look like there is they haven't announced a theme.
I think it's Christmas Wonder.
Oh, for God's sake. But they do a theme, and they ask people to do up the floats however they can, and best float wins and all that good stuff. I mean, you don't win anything. You just you get the pride of winning the best float. And
you're just the best.
It's always the same float though. Like Great Slave Helicopters wins because they roll out a helicopter with lights on it, and it's awesome. I love the way it looks. It's very cool. But
here we go.
There you go.
This year's theme is Winter Wonderland. I was close. Winter Wonderland. I said Christmas Wonder. I was right there. That close.
This year's theme is Baby, It's Cold Outside. You have to go away.
You don't get to leave this float.
You don't get to leave this float.
And the parade never ends.
Oh, this drink is making my float feel weird. What is in this drink? Okay, Winter Wonderland. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But, like a few years ago, it was like big toys, like your, Christmas toys. 2 years ago, it was Christmas movies, So, yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Winter Wonderland. There
pretty
you go.
open this year.
Throw some snow on something and get on down there.
There you go.
Let's make it the biggest Santa Claus parade ever. 16 floats.
Oh.
Yeah. I have no idea how many there were. But
I would love if one year we could do a cabin float. Just a
cabin float.
Just a cabin surfing down Franklin Avenue.
That's right.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's right.
One day.
And above the door, we'll say gift shop. Gift shop / taco stand / Indian restaurant. That will be the cabin float.
Love it.
Walking in a winter wonderland. Get your registrations in if you have any ideas, or if you want to participate. Get your registrations in to the city of Yellowknife. Pardon me, at yellowknife.ca, or check the events special events coordinator Dave Zethoff. I always say it right, and that time for whatever reason I didn't. You can give him a call and let him know that there's been a schedule change. Always let him know. And you can get your floats in there, and hope you got some good ideas for the Winter Wonderland Santa Claus Parade, Saturday, November 23rd from 5 till 7.
Scenes from the cabin.
They actually pay you for this to tag beaver?
Imagine.
Was that like sarcastic? Because I know what you fish and game guys think of county sheriffs. We know you like to give these one-word sarcastic answers.
Gee.
You ask me, what an animal does in the wild is his own business, so long as he doesn't do it to man. I think Mark Twain said that.
Yeah, I think he didn't, but since you said it, I guess we're covered.
Everyone's a comedian sarcastic.
Scenes from the cabin.
Know the movie? Submit your guess to mailbox@cabinradio.ca or send us a message on Facebook for your chance to win gift certificates to some awesome Yellowknife restaurants, including the Monkey Tree Pub and Steak Restaurant, the Woodyard Brewhouse and Eatery, Flavor Trader, Copperhouse Eatery and Lounge, or Javaroma. Listen to Cabin Radio every weekday to win, or download the Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
Do you want to build a snowman? Well, do you? Did you think you just got over singing all those Frozen songs? Maybe your kids just stopped singing them. Well, guess what? Now you can get back into it. Sir John Franklin High School Drama Department presents Frozen Junior starting tomorrow night. It's running the 6th, 7th, and 8th, and the 9th. 3 shows on the 9th. Good Lord. That's a lot of shows.
That's a few shows.
That's 1, 3, and 7. They're going.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
They're punching them out there. I think it's about it's just over an hour. But I mean, that's a lot of shows.
Yeah.
That's, 4 shows.
Takes endurance.
6 shows.
Jeez.
Yeah.
How much are they paying these kids?
What? Frozen Junior going on this weekend at the NAC. Go to nacnt.ca. Sir John Franklin High School Drama Department always putting on a solid show. These kids have been whipped into shape, as it were, over the last few weeks, and are ready and primed to ask if you want to build a snowman or, let it go. I'm sure they're all in there. All your favorites. Olaf. The other one, the caribou,
the princess.
Sven. I think it's Sven, right?
Have you ever seen Frozen?
I have.
Oh, you have?
I did. I saw it in the theaters back in the day.
Oh.
It was like 2012 when that thing
Okay.
came out.
Elsa.
That's her name. Elsa.
And
Anna, all the parents right now are screaming at their phones. Elsa, Anna, Olaf, Sven, the other one, the magical rock trolls.
We have a few running gags on this show.
Yeah.
One of them being that I just never have seen any movie.
That's right.
And Frozen is one of them.
It's one of them.
Never seen it.
It's a movie.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
I know you can hardly contain your excitement.
I am very excited about this. I can't wait for Frozen 2, Electric Boogaloo. So that's going on this weekend. I mean, it's Frozen Junior. If you don't really know what the Junior, it's just like it's you take like a musical and kind of make it shorter and make it more palatable for kids. That's all it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
No sex scene.
Okay. Well, there was a lot of gratuitous stuff in Frozen, the movie. I'm not going to lie to you.
I had to warm up.
That's right. God. Good Lord. I can't remember the others' names. There's the Sir something. Where are they from? I can't even. This is bad. I don't know enough about Frozen to talk about this. All I know is that these kids work incredibly hard. They're there from 6 o'clock in the morning till probably past midnight. They are, they're getting antsy. Everybody's getting antsy. There's a lot of pressure on these kids. So go out and support them. All right, for goodness sake.
You don't know that. They might not be working hard at all.
That's right.
They might be naturals.
They probably are naturals. I mean,
They've
that's what you
got
get.
this, Jesse.
Okay.
It's fine.
All right. I'm sure it's going to be great.
Don't worry about
It's going to be great. Tickets are $20. Go to NACAT.ca for ticket info. But the only info you need is when it is, November 6th, 7th, and 8th at 7. And November 9th, which is, what is that, Sunday? So it starts tonight.
November 9th is a Saturday.
Are you sure?
That is.
Is this Saturday?
Saturday.
3 shows on Saturday.
Yeah.
So maybe don't go to the 7 p.m. show because they'll be exhausted.
Or do they just work up to the last show?
I mean, they do. I mean, that's what kind of you blow out the tanks in the last show, right?
That's right.
So when I was doing shows back in the day, there were a couple companies that for whatever reason usually like to close a show on a Saturday, right? Mm-hmm. And then you've got the night, and then you got Sunday off, so you can have your party, you can blow out the tanks, have your party, and do that. So,
which I'm sure these kids will be doing.
I'm sure they will, absolutely. If it was anything like my Sir John Franklin High School drama department days, there will be a party on Saturday night. No, it's so we wouldn't close on Saturday. We'd close Sunday matinee, which was a huge pain in the ass because you would go, you blow out the tanks on Saturday, and because everyone's got to work Monday, you don't really go crazy on Sunday. But I mean, what you want to do at the end of one of these shows, and I'm not talking about the kids, I was talking about professional outside of school, where you're like working on something for 6 or 7 weeks, 5 days a week. Mm-hmm. You're with these people every day, and then at the end you blow out the tanks. You finally like get it just so perfect that you love it, and you blow out the tanks, and then you got to come back for Sunday at 1 o'clock, and you're just like, ugh, I'm tired. I'm very tired. So. Break a leg to everybody involved in Frozen Junior this weekend at Sir John Franklin and NAC. $20 for those tickets, and I mean, it's going to be all your favorites, all those songs that your kids may have forgotten because they're singing Moana too much, which we could also do. We could also do Moana Junior, I suppose. Right?
I don't know what that is either.
Come on.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
11,000 scientists warn of untold human suffering, and that's just the way to end your morning show. That's right. 11,000 scientists from all walks of science have come together to say that we are facing a global calamity. And they say, quote, untold suffering due to the climate crisis unless there are major transformations to global society. According to this stark warning from, again, more than 11,000 scientists, this is a pretty big hoax. You know what I mean? I mean, like 11,000 people getting together and deciding that, like, we should just put one over on the entire planet. And then, you know what? All that can stand between us and them is a scrappy band of oil lobbyists and billionaires.
I got to say, I am amazed by the organization of this hoax.
Maybe.
My God.
My goodness.
11,000?
11,000 people? That's insane.
I didn't know we could all work together that well.
And all this is to do is to take money out of my pocket and give it to somebody else.
Probably Trudeau.
Probably Trudeau. Probably put it in Trudeau so he can take those vacations that he takes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what this is all about. That's what 11,000 scientists are saying. It's all fake.
Maybe more people would get on board if they told us about the suffering. What all this untold suffering?
Yeah.
Well, tell us what the suffering's going to be. Come on.
Well, untold meaning that, like, it's never happened before, this kind of thing. I mean, it may have back in the day, like way, way back, prehistory. There may have been an extinction-level event involving humans.
Yeah.
We don't know. There's no evidence of it, but there could be some evidence out there somewhere.
Right.
We could have been, this whole human race thing could have been reset a few times by now. We don't know.
It could have been, yeah.
This could be just the latest resets. The thing is now, though, we have the technology, the know-how, and the wherewithal to actually fight back against it or prevent or mitigate the amount of suffering that we will go through if the oceans rise or if hurricanes become so powerful that they reach inland a few hundred miles and destroy things. I mean, things like that. This is the severity of weather. We have a chance to actually do something about it, right? Stave off our own elimination.
Right.
But we're too busy fighting over whether or not we should bring oil jobs back to Alberta. The real important issues. Because as you know, Lecter, the West pays for Canada. And if we don't invest in those jobs now, we'll just make up other jobs, I would imagine.
I don't think it works that way.
It does, actually.
Oh.
We're standing on the precipice of the greatest economic opportunity in the history of the planet. And instead of fully diving in, we're kind of putting our toe in the water here, putting our toe in the water there, kind of testing some things out. Here's the thing about investing in something and making that transition away from oil and gas, which we started to do. That's one of the promising signs. We've divested $8 trillion away from fossil fuels since 2013.
That's a few dollars.
It's a few dollars. Those money should be going into green initiatives or alternative energy sources. Right?
Oh, they're going to coal.
But here's the thing, right? You start doing on wind or tidal or sun, and if one of those things fails, immediately it's just like, okay, well, we can't do that. Obviously, that's not a thing.
Right.
Scotland right now uses enough wind energy, produces enough wind energy to power 2 Scotlands every year.
Wow.
So obviously it works. Obviously that's something. And wind turbines don't cause cancer. What a shock.
And just shortly to the south, England probably has like enough hot air right now to do something positive. Absolutely. I don't know.
Alberta the same way.
Yeah.
Same, a lot of hot air. So what they're saying is that the profoundly troubling signs, the drivers of this climate emergency, the world population, fair enough. Although we could fit more people, it's just that we need to do it better. Right, we've got enough room for billions and billions more, but it's just how we consume things and waste. The other thing, air transport, 4 billion passengers, up from 500 million passengers in 1984. We are now up to 4 billion passengers a year, which is over half the human population travels every year.
So you're saying we need to increase flight costs,
absolutely,
to deter travel?
Yeah. Or come up with a different way of traveling that doesn't leave such a footprint. And the other one is meat production. Now, no one wants to take any money away from from people. Nobody wants to see businesses fail unless it's the health insurance industry in the U.S. I don't want to take money away from farmers. I don't want to take money away from airlines. I don't want to take money away from the world population. But those are things that drive these changes, right? Producing meat is incredibly costly, and it leaves an incredible footprint. Air transport, obviously, leaving an incredible footprint as well. The encouraging signs, carbon pricing's gone up, fertility rate has gone down, and divestment away from fossil fuels. So
we're good.
Those things cancel each other out.
All right.
Here's the thing about, and we've touched on this before, even if this was a hoax, even if these 11,000 scientists all got together in a room and were like, hey, let's blow one over just so we can make ourselves famous. None of them are famous. Or make ourselves rich. None of them are rich. What's the argument against 11,000 scientists versus billionaires and oil lobbyists? But 11,000, even if it was a hoax, what they're asking for is just to move away from that to more sustainable living.
Yeah.
If it was a hoax and we achieved that goal, and then it was like, oh, this was a hoax, it was all fake, we would still have a more sustainable way of life. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think one thing.
Well, I do know.
I think one thing that could help people who aren't on the same page with climate change and taking action on climate change, get on the same page, is just communicate better. I do think that there is A big part of the problem is that people are just scared.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do.
It's an apocalyptic thing, right? So you get this apathy. When it comes to apocalyptic narratives, you get an apathy. It's like, well, if it's all going to end anyway, I might as well eat as much beef as possible, travel as much as possible, and live, laugh, love as much as possible.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So like there's that apocalyptic narrative that some people have wanted these climate scientists or people who are environmentalists to kind of steer clear of. Mm-hmm. There's hope.
Yeah.
If you make it sound hopeless, people are going to get apathetic, or they're just going to be like, you're trying to use fear to manipulate me. Meanwhile, the other side does the exact same thing.
Right.
So people who lobby for oil and gas will use the same tactics of fear. If we move away from this, all your jobs are going to disappear and your economy's going to crumble.
That's right.
And the other side is saying, if we don't do this, the whole world's going to burn.
Yeah.
So stuck in the middle is some average person who doesn't, kind of read either side and is just kind of trying to live their life, pay their bills, and do their job.
Right.
And it's just like, well, F it, man. If it's all going to end, then whatever.
I'm just going to ignore it.
I'm just going to ignore it until it goes away.
Yeah.
Because, just like everything else, they think this will go away. This won't go away, though, because it's the planet.
We will go away.
Yeah, we'll go away. That's right. And I've said this time and again. If this whole place goes Mad Max, check it out of here. I'm getting on my rocket ship, and I'm going to another planet. And I don't mean a physical rocket ship. Spiritual rocket ship.
Oh, there you go.
That's right. Yeah. No, it's, if this place, and I understand that people with kids probably can't do that. Can't think that way. I don't have kids.
So you're good.
I'm going to take my dog and go. That's only if we go Mad Max with this whole thing.
We got like 30 years before that.
Well, what's interesting is that very few people are talking about the fact that even if we are divesting away from oil and gas and moving away from it, we're still going to need it for 30 or 40 years. We're still decades away from actually being away completely.
And everyone who's being reasonable, I think, is saying that.
Everyone who's reasonable is saying that. Yeah. Turning the tap off now is not an option.
No.
Just because it's the lifeblood of basically every industry on the planet. Mm-hmm. So it's like turning the tap off is not a reasonable response.
Yeah.
You need divestment away from those things, but then investment in other things.
Yeah.
You can't just divest and then just keep the money. You know what I mean?
But surely there are more important and more smarter people than us that can discuss this.
Probably.
I think there's like approximately 11,000
scientists that are like, hey. And then the argument against them is like, well, they're all climate scientists. Can't really predict the climate.
What do they know?
Exactly. It's a conversation worth having, possibly. But that's going to end the morning show for this morning. An apocalyptic vision of the future, a grave vision of things to come.
Happy Wednesday.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.